Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Tonight, I have the privilege of introducing a legendary saxophonist and now true friend of mine, John Coltrane. John Coltrane, he didn't have an easy life at first. His parents died, and that kind of took him back. But after a short mourning period, he got back up and he picked up the saxophone. And ever since then, he's become the legend you and I know today. John Coltrane has the ability to play with amazing soul and brilliant technicality. He's a true innovator of the jazz genre. I remember the first time I heard Giant Steps, and I said, man, what is he doing? How does he do that? Who plays a chord progression in thirds? Well, John Coltrane did. And because he did, we now know that progression as Coltrane changes. He's also taken that progression of Coltrane changes and applied them to classics like Lady Bird and Tune Up. And now we know those tunes as classics of Coltrane's, except we call them Lazy Bird and Countdown. He's also reinvented the wheel when it comes to blues. I remember the first time I heard John Coltrane play Mr. PC. It's a blues track off the Giant Steps album, and I didn't realize you could do so much with blues. I mean, I had heard Muddy Waters, but I didn't know that you could imply altered dominance on a blues progression. That was crazy to me. I didn't know you could take blues to such high level. But John Coltrane could play technical blues brilliantly. And he could play it with the soul that we were used to hearing from the blues cats. I remember when I heard that John Coltrane was going to be collaborating with Charlie Parker and Miles Davis. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. These guys were my idols. They were Coltrane's idols. But when Coltrane collaborated with them, he blew them out of the water. He showed them that he is a true force to be reckoned with, and he's going to be the man to be remembered 100 years later. Not only is John Coltrane an incredible player, but he's a great dad, and he's a great guy. I've had the privilege of getting to know and work with John Coltrane over the past couple months, and he doesn't like me saying this, but he's honestly the sweetest man you'll ever meet. I can't believe I actually get the opportunity to work with this man. And then, last week, he released his most recent album. It's called A Love Supreme, and if you haven't heard this album, I suggest you go and listen to it now, because it is a truly brilliant, it's the first jazz concept album out, and he's reinvented the wheel again. So having said that, I would like to introduce my good friend and amazing saxophonist, John Coltrane. Please give it up.